Hi everyone, this is a bonus video to lesson 7. I promised you I would talk about how to play Chillin' like a penguin. This is not mandatory, this is optional for anyone who's looking for an extra challenge. And just like last time, we will not go over Chillin' like a penguin in class, but if you do learn how to play this, I would love to hear you play it. So you can either hang back for a few minutes after your lesson to play it for me, or you can even send me a video and I would love to see what you do with this. So let's jump right into this. I'm looking through Chillin' like a penguin, and one thing I like to see is that there's only 3 notes in this. Open A, open D, and E on the D string. So we should feel really confident already because we know every single note and we have been practicing every single note in this piece of music. I'm going to use a similar method that I used last time with Nature Walk. I'm going to break this up into little 2-measure sections. So take a look at measures 5 and 6. And you can see there's some A's and some D's and some E's, but there's also different rhythms. So you have quarter notes, eighth notes, the ones that are a little bit faster, and then you also have a whole note, a 4-beat note, which is going to be very long. So if I was to say the notes in measures 5 and 6, and you can do this with me at home, it would sound like this. A, D, D, E, E. Okay, let me do that again. A, D, D, E, E. That whole note is really long, and those 2 eighth notes are quick. That's probably the hardest thing about this, are those 2 eighth notes. Hopefully the note reading is getting easier for you. I know they're not colored notes here, and a lot of people were excited for the chance to practice reading the notes without the colors because eventually they will go away completely. But I think A's and D's and E's we should be pretty confident with right now with reading. Let's play this pizzicato. Measures 5 and 6. Starting on the A string, but of course I'm going to have my first finger hovered over the note E so that when I have to put it down, I'm ready. So 1, 2, here we go. 2, 3, 4. Probably the hardest part, like I said, will be those 2 eighth notes, D, E, and if you go into the whole note, it's D, E, E. It'll sound like this. Play measures 5 and 6 with me again. Ready, and here we go. 2, 3, 4. Good. Look at the next 2 measures. If we just did 5 and 6, look at 7 and 8. And we're looking for patterns. That's what we said last time, is that as you break it down into little sections, you might be able to see patterns. So take a look and see if you can catch the one difference. There's only one thing different between the first 2 measures, measures 5 and 6, and measures 7 and 8. Let's read the notes together. A, D, 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 E. Did you catch it? The one difference is the 2 eighth notes, instead of being D, E, are D, D. So they're almost identical. They are identical with the exception of that one note. Let's play measures 7 and 8. Ready, and here we go. 2, 3, 4. So now we're going to do 5 through 8, all 4 measures. Starting on A, hovering my first finger for the note D. Measure 5, ready, and here we go. D, E, E. 2, 3, now here's A. D, D. 2, 3, 4. So just that small little difference there. Good. Let's try it with our bow, measures 5 through 8. We're going to have a nice, long, full bow for that E. 2, 3, 4. And I'm still using my half-size bow until more full-size bows come in. I placed in order, so hopefully soon, but that's okay. Still using this half-size bow. Measure 5. Setting my bow on the A string, hovering my first finger over the note E. Ready, and here we go. 2, 3, 4. 2, 3, 4. Excellent. Make sure you are really holding out that whole note for all 4 beats. Okay, let's take a look at the next four measures, 9, 10, 11, and 12. And as you're looking at these, hopefully you say, those are the same as measures 5 through 8. So we've already done that. And so we're not going to spend time doing it right now because it's just a repeat of what we've already done. We're going to move on to measure 13. There are lots of whole notes and half notes in measures 13 through 16. We're going to go through and read our note names together. So ready? Here we go. E, D, E, 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 D, E, 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 E. So with the exception of those 4 eighth notes at the end, they're actually all relatively long notes, and there are a couple of quarter notes in there too. And they're all the notes E and D, so we stay on the D string for this whole section. Let's try it pizzicato. 1, 2, ready, and here we go. Oh, I did it wrong. I'm sorry. I was looking at the wrong measure. Measure 13, but 1 finger down for E. Ready, and here we go. 2, 3, now D. E, 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 2, 3, 4, D. D, now E's. E, 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 E. Let's try it with our bow. Measure 13, beautiful bow hold, first finger down on the D string for the note E. Ready, and here we go. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2. Alright, so that's a little middle section. It's different from what we did at the beginning. And if you move on to looking at measure 17, this looks identical to the beginning. And if you look at measure 21, this looks identical to the beginning as well. And so the really neat thing about this is this looks really challenging, and it still is. There are a lot of things that are tough about this. But it looks like there's a lot of music to learn. But in reality, you learn measures 5 through 8. Measures 5 through 8, those are 4 measures. Then you do the same 4 measures starting at measure 9. You do something different at 13. But then you do the same thing as 5 through 8 at measure 17, and you do the same thing again at measure 21. So that actually ends up repeating itself 4 times. So repetition in music, it's a great thing because one, it brings back a familiar melody that we've heard before, but it also makes it easier for us to learn new music because all we have to do is learn a short section and then it comes back several times, okay? So I'm going to play through all of Chillin' Like a Penguin. If you're not there yet to do the whole thing or to do it with your bow, pause and use your practice strategies. Say it, pluck it, play it, do it in small sections, do 4 measures at a time, do 8 measures at a time, look at the parts you're having a hard time with, and I know that you can get this if you have some perseverance here. So I'm going to do measure 5. 1, 2, here we go. 13. 1, 2, 3, 4. 2, 3, 4. 21. Alright, so that's all of Chillin' Like a Penguin. Have fun with this one. Excellent job if you're interested and willing to put in the time to challenge yourself. So it's a good thing to do. It's only going to benefit you in the long run. You're going to learn things faster. You're going to get a little bit ahead of where maybe you should be at this point because you're putting in the work to learn something harder. So great job. Have a great day, and I'll see you at your next lesson.